Hi guys, and welcome back to Dream Queen. Perla here. If you have any questions as to what it is that I do, I call it Perla's gift, or how I get my songs, services that I provide. Everything will be down in the description. So we're gonna jump right into the Earth elements. So the song is "Just Give Me a Reason" by Pink, and it's like the verse is just give me. Oh, just a second. We're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. Again, this reading can be if you're an earth sign or if your person is an earth sign. So definitely feel free to reverse the roles if you must. My fellow earth signs, love you guys deeply. I'm a Capricorn, but stop with wanting everything to be logical. Allow yourself from time to time to be led by your emotions. Emotions, whether negative or positive, are there to help us see something that we are not seeing with our regular eyes. It allows us to feel. It allows us to remind us that we're humans. Okay? Okay. Some earth signs are alrighty. Let's see. See, I'm gonna have to readjust myself because this energy comes in a little stronger than most. Have been in this energy of mind over heart, wanting to put a hold or stop connection, heart-to-heart connection, trying to put shields, walls around their heart, and it needs to stop. And why do I say that? And this is regardless of whether it's your DM or your DF or a friend, a cousin, whatever. You can love somebody unconditionally. We're supposed to love everybody unconditionally. But that loving somebody unconditionally does not mean that you allow them to step over you. Does not mean that you allow them to use you or anything like that. So if you get to a point where you feel that you need to put walls up to not be used or not let people take advantage of you, then you need to go within and see where it is that you're having a hard time setting those boundaries, and why are you having a hard time setting the boundaries. Because setting boundaries is one thing, completely blocking your twin's energy from yours is another, or at least trying to, because I don't think you can actually block it. I think you're trying, but in an essence you're just hurting yourself more. I know that we are, we like to have our, I always say I like checklists and things like that. And it's like the more you try to hold on to wanting things to go a certain way and push things or guide things to go a certain way, the more they're going to spiral out of control. Because in certain situations, when it comes to love, when it comes to your twin, yes, you have control when it comes to your alignment and helping them align, but that is it. You do not have control as to when they come, when they move forward, or how they do it. And in essence, you don't get to choose the words that they use. You don't get to choose the clothes that they wear. So this sense of control when it comes to the earth signs needs to be released. And maybe you're not doing it intentionally in essence when it comes to your connection, but you're doing it in other aspects of your life that you kind of have to ease off because it's rubbing off on everything else that you're doing. Again, I understand. I am a control freak as well, and it takes a lot from me to let go of things when they don't go the way that I want them to. But as with everything else, with practice, we get better at it. Okay. Because honestly, like, have we not gotten, or have you not gotten to that point where you realize that the more you try to control things, they have never really worked out for you in the past? When it comes to emotional things, whether it's relationships, like I said, with your DM or with families, friends, or whatever it is. Yeah, now you guys want me to shut up because you guys don't want to hear it. No, I'm not going to shut up. We are going to hear this because we need to hear it. Constantly doing something doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something that is going to be productive to your growth. So instead of getting busy with things just to fill your schedule because you're used to having a full schedule, allow yourself some downtime, allow yourself some me time, because distraction, in a sense of just diving into like work or diving into like a new hobby or whatever it is not going to help you let go of that control. It's actually going to push you into wanting to control more things, because now you're adding more things to your schedule, which means now your time is even more scheduled, more restricted, and you only have a certain amount of time for this and that and this and this. And it's like, stop, breathe, and kind of learn to go with the flow a little. And I know that that is hard, like I said, but let's start small. Just start small, like, you know, but just start letting go of that control. Because the thing is that with the control, you get out of balance, you fall. And then it's like you have to restart all over. And it's when we lose control, if you have such a grip on something so strong and you let it go, it's gonna go, I feel like, with the same force that you were holding it so tightly. So at times, not holding things so tightly, not wanting to be so rigid about everything, when it's time to let go of things, it makes it easier to let go of those things. Whether I think I said this in the fire sign video. Today is yawning day. I've been yawning since this morning, and I've taken like naps and stuff, and it just won't go away. So it's, you know, one of those days. So it's like, well, this worked in the past. I did A, B, C, and D, and I got E results, and now I'm doing A, B, C, and D, and I'm not getting E, I'm getting G and F. And it's like, because we have to expand the way that we think, and we have to expand the way that we do things. We cannot stay, if we're moving into a new chapter in our lives, and we are progressing and we are evolving, the old patterns. So like the same way people say, okay, cycles are coming to an end, let's say in a relationship and things like that. Well, cycles in your mind have to come to an end. The way that you did things, the way that, you know, you were used to reacting, talking, responding, writing, whatever it is, needs to shift to fit in to your new reality, because you cannot bring those old thought patterns into the now, into the new. And I feel that that has been something that a lot of us have been dealing with, unknowing that that's what we were dealing with. Kind of feeling stuck and not understanding why, because we are doing the things that we have always done, the things that have always brought us results in the past. And it's like, okay, but you're not in the past, you are in the now. So what do we have to tweak in the now to help us get the results that we used to get in the past? You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're trying to manifest a certain thing or whatever it is, you know, you used to get up at 5 in the morning and to work out, and then you stopped for whatever the reason, and now you want to get back, and this is the way that you used to do it. Like, let's say you had 3 alarms, or you had 2 alarms with, like, 10 minutes snooze or whatever it is, and now it's not working because you're sleeping through the alarm. Well, maybe you have to either go to sleep earlier or go to sleep later, because maybe your body doesn't need as much sleep or it needs more sleep. So it is about tweaking those little things that is going to allow us to work, how can I put it? Like, yeah, to work like the way, like work in a logical sense, how we like to in the now, and continue to see the growth and continue to learn. But some of us are still stuck on wanting to do things how we did them, and we need to stop. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for my fellow earth signs to see what we should be focusing our energy on, because, that song just we're bent, not broken. It's, some of us feel like we're broken inside because things are not happening the way that we want it to happen, and maybe we feel that things are broken in connection to our DM, because things are not moving in the way that they were. But they're not broken, it's just we need to shift the way that we do things and the way we think. And I'm not saying that the way that you were thinking or the way that you were doing things were wrong. It is just, it no longer fits where you are vibrationally right now, if that makes any sense. Druid, hold your space. So it's kind of interesting, because I'm saying, you have to change your thoughts and things like that. But the Druid comes out, hold your space. And it's like, you're still you. Just because you're doing things differently does not mean that you have to change who you are inside. It is just, you are aware that there is more than one way to get the results that you want. And no longer getting stuck in that it has to be this way or the highway type of energy. That makes sense. Makes sense to me. Oh well. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye.